Have you ever felt left out and wondered if it's actually a good thing? Today, we're diving into a topic that might change how you see your alone time. We're talking about why isolation is power and the amazing benefits of being indifferent. If you've ever felt like you don't fit in or you're not part of the crowd, stick around. You might discover that what you thought was a weakness is actually a hidden strength. Let's start by looking at isolation and indifference. These words often get a bad rap. When people hear isolation, they might think of loneliness or being an outcast. And indifference might sound like you don't care about anything. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about choosing to spend time alone and not being swayed by what others think or do. It's about finding strength in yourself rather than always needing others around. Society often tells us we need to be social all the time. We're bombarded with messages about networking, making friends, and being part of a group. And while connections are important, there's also great value in learning to be comfortable on your own. That's what we're exploring today, the power that comes from being okay with being by yourself and not always following the crowd. Isolation, in the way we're discussing it, isn't about cutting yourself off from the world. It's about creating space for yourself. It's those moments when you choose to be alone, to think, to create, or just to be. And indifference doesn't mean you don't care about anything. It means you're not constantly worried about what others think or trying to please everyone all the time. These two things together can be incredibly powerful. Now, let's talk about why isolation can be so good for your mind. When you're alone, your brain gets a chance to slow down and process things. You're not constantly reacting to other people or outside stimuli. This can lead to much clearer thinking. Have you ever noticed how you sometimes get your best ideas when you're alone? Maybe in the shower or on a solo walk. That's because your mind has the space to wander and make new connections. This mental clarity can help you in so many ways. When you're not always surrounded by other people's opinions and ideas, you can focus better on your own thoughts. You might find it easier to solve problems or come up with creative ideas. It's like giving your brain a chance to breathe and stretch. Spending time alone also gives you a chance to really get to know yourself. In our busy lives, we often don't take the time to check in with our own feelings and thoughts. But when you're in isolation, you have that opportunity. You might start to notice things about yourself that you never realized before. Maybe you'll discover a new interest or passion. Or you might gain insight into why you react to certain situations the way you do. This self-discovery is really valuable. The better you know yourself, the more confident and self-assured you become. You start to understand your own needs and wants better. This can help you make decisions that are truly right for you, rather than just going along with what others expect. Creativity often thrives in solitude. When you're alone, you're free from distractions and the influence of others' ideas. This can allow your imagination to run wild. You might find yourself coming up with ideas you never would have thought of in a group setting. Many great works of art, literature, and music have been created by people working alone. If you want to boost your own creativity, try setting aside some alone time specifically for creative pursuits. This could be writing, drawing, playing music, or any other creative activity you enjoy. Don't worry about making something perfect or impressing others. Just let your ideas flow freely. One of the most powerful benefits of spending time alone is that it can help you become emotionally independent. When you're always around others, it's easy to start relying on them for your happiness and self-worth. But when you learn to be content on your own, you develop a strong inner peace that isn't easily shaken by outside events or other people's opinions. This emotional independence can make you much more resilient. Life is full of ups and downs, and people won't always be there to support you. But if you've developed that inner strength from spending time alone, you'll be better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Isolation can also do wonders for your productivity. Think about it, when you're alone, there are fewer distractions. No one's asking for your attention or interrupting your train of thought. This can allow you to focus deeply on your work or personal projects. Many people find they can get more done in a few hours of focused alone time than in a full day of working around others. If you have important tasks to complete or goals you want to achieve, try setting aside some dedicated alone time to work on them. You might be surprised at how much you can accomplish. Now, let's talk about relationships. You might think that isolation would hurt your social life, but it can actually help you build stronger, more meaningful connections. When you're comfortable being alone, you're less likely to maintain relationships out of fear or neediness. Instead, you can choose to spend time with people because you genuinely enjoy their company. This selectiveness can lead to deeper friendships. Instead of spreading yourself thin trying to keep up with a large social circle, you can focus on nurturing a few close relationships. These connections tend to be more authentic and satisfying. Being okay with isolation can also help you overcome the fear of missing out, or FOMO. In today's world of social media, it's easy to feel like everyone else is always doing something exciting without you. But when you're content with your own company, you stop worrying so much about what others are doing. You can find joy in your own activities and choices, whether that's reading a book, working on a hobby, or just enjoying some quiet time. This mindset shift can be incredibly freeing. You're no longer making decisions based on what you think you should be doing or what others expect. Instead, you're choosing what truly makes you happy. Isolation can be a powerful tool for personal growth. When you're alone, you have the opportunity to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You might take on new challenges or learn new skills. Without the distraction of others, you can fully focus on your own development. This solo growth can help you develop strong self-discipline and motivation. You learn to push yourself forward, even when there's no one else around to encourage you. This is a valuable skill that can help you in all areas of life. Now, let's dive deeper into the benefits of being indifferent. To be clear, we're not talking about not caring about anything. We're talking about not being overly concerned with others' opinions or societal pressures that don't align with your values. When you cultivate this kind of indifference, you free up a lot of mental and emotional energy. Think about how much time and stress we often devote to worrying about what others think of us. What if you could let go of a lot of that worry? You'd have so much more energy to focus on the things that truly matter to you. This indifference can also help you stay true to your own values and goals. When you're not constantly swayed by others' opinions or the latest trends, you can make decisions that align with what you really want in life. This can lead to a much more authentic and satisfying way of living. Of course, it's important to find a balance between isolation and social interaction. Humans are social creatures, and we do need connections with others. The key is finding the right mix for your personality and needs. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time alone versus time with others. You might notice that you need more alone time than you thought to feel your best. Or you might realize that after a period of isolation, you're craving social interaction. Listen to these feelings and adjust your balance accordingly. Even if you enjoy a lot of alone time, it's important to maintain some healthy relationships. These connections provide support, different perspectives, and shared experiences that enrich our lives. The goal is to have relationships that add value to your life, not ones that you maintain out of obligation or fear of being alone. Now, let's talk about some practical ways you can harness the power of isolation in your own life. First, consider creating a personal sanctuary. This could be a specific room in your home, a corner of your bedroom, or even just a comfortable chair. The important thing is that it's a space where you can be alone and uninterrupted. Develop a daily solitude routine. This could be as simple as waking up 30 minutes earlier to enjoy a quiet cup of coffee before the day begins. Or you might set aside time in the evening for reflection or a solo hobby. The key is consistency. Make this alone time a regular part of your day. Mindfulness and meditation practices can be powerful tools to enhance your alone time. These techniques can help you become more comfortable with silence and your own thoughts. They can also reduce stress and increase your overall sense of well-being. When you're alone, try to be fully present in the moment. Notice your surroundings, your thoughts, and your feelings without judgment. This mindful awareness can deepen the benefits of your alone time. If you're not used to spending much time alone, start small. Begin with short periods of solitude and gradually increase them as you become more comfortable. Remember, the goal is not to isolate yourself completely, but to find a healthy balance that works for you. Use your alone time intentionally. While it's fine to sometimes just relax and do nothing, you can also use this time for personal growth. Set goals for yourself, learn new things, or work on projects that are important to you. This purposeful solitude can be incredibly rewarding. Remember that it's okay if you sometimes feel lonely or restless during your alone time, especially at first. These feelings are normal and don't mean you're doing anything wrong. As you practice, you'll likely find it easier and more enjoyable to be alone with your thoughts. Consider keeping a journal during your periods of isolation. This can help you process your thoughts and feelings, track your personal growth, and remember insights you've gained during your alone time. Don't be afraid to disconnect from technology during your alone time. Constant notifications and the temptation to check social media can disrupt the benefits of solitude. Try turning off your phone or putting it in another room to create a truly quiet space for yourself. Remember that choosing isolation doesn't mean you're antisocial or that there's something wrong with you. It's a valid choice that can lead to significant personal growth and happiness. Don't let others make you feel guilty for needing or wanting time alone. As you spend more time in isolation, you might notice changes in how you interact with others. You may become a better listener, more present in your conversations, and more selective about how and with whom you spend your time. These are all positive outcomes of learning to value your own company. In your professional life, don't be afraid to seek out solo projects or tasks that allow you to work independently. Many employers value team players, but they also appreciate individuals who can work effectively on their own. Your comfort with isolation can become a professional strength. If you live with others, communicate your need for alone time clearly and respectfully. Help them understand that your desire for solitude isn't a rejection of them, but a need for personal space and growth. As you become more comfortable with isolation and indifference to others' opinions, you might find yourself making bolder choices in your life. You might pursue a passion you've always kept hidden, make a career change, or end relationships that no longer serve you. Trust in this process of becoming more authentically yourself. Remember that the goal of isolation and indifference isn't to cut yourself off from the world or stop caring about others. It's about finding a strong center within yourself so that you can engage with the world from a place of inner strength and authenticity. In conclusion, isolation and indifference, when approached in a healthy way, can be incredible sources of power in your life. They can lead to clearer thinking, greater creativity, emotional independence, and a stronger sense of self. By learning to be comfortable alone and not overly swayed by others' opinions, you open up a world of possibilities for personal growth and fulfillment. Remember, it's okay to be different. It's okay to need time alone. It's okay to not always go along with the crowd. In fact, these things can be strengths. So the next time you find yourself feeling left out or different, remember what we've talked about today. Your alone time, your unique perspective, these are not weaknesses. They are superpowers. As we wrap up, I encourage you to reflect on your own relationship with solitude and the opinions of others. How might you benefit from more alone time? What could you achieve if you worried less about fitting in? These are powerful questions to consider. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of why isolation is power and the benefits of being indifferent. I hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Remember, the journey of self-discovery and personal growth is ongoing. Every day is a new opportunity to learn, grow, and become more fully yourself. Here's to the power of being alone and the strength that comes from within.